Hey, what's going on, everybody? Josh here with Generational Wealth. Today, I'm going to cover a crypto with some huge potential here in 2025 and future potential. And today, that crypto is going to be Hedera, HBAR. Okay, so I've been following this crypto for a very long time. They've been out since about 2018 of August, and all they've done is just been quietly building and growing and just basically doing everything that they need to do to become one of the top 10 cryptos, which they're on their way right now to becoming. And you can see here that, they're doing a ton of stuff right now. If you look at some of the partnerships they have, so this right here, if you can see here, is the governing council. And basically what they do is they help govern the overall project and what the entire ecosystem is doing. They basically all come together and vote on decisions that are made. And you can see that these are huge, huge partnerships here. And, you've got Dell Technologies here. You've got Google. You've got IBM, Hitachi, LG, Mondelez, which I'm going to show you basically what some of the stuff that they're doing and why we should be very bullish on HBAR itself. You have Ubisoft and many more, right? So these governing council, they pretty much stay on the council for only so many years, and then they can either move on. I think Boeing was one of them recently that did end up moving on from the governing council, and it basically allows them to help grow this project and make big decisions, whether it be for real world assets or AI technologies. Right now, they're actually currently working on some AI. They're testing out things with AI right now for Equity Labs with Hedera, and that's a huge partnership alone there. So they're constantly growing, they're constantly building, they're never taking breaks. They're pushing as much as they can to grow all of their ecosystem. Okay, everything from security to AI to real world assets, pretty much everything that you can think of. Okay, so this is huge. So take a look at this project. This is one of the ones that I've been following, like I said, for a while. And you can see, just look at this right here. You can see their overall kilowatts per transaction. They're extremely energy efficient. They have something called hashgraph technology, which is patented that they can only use. And that's what makes their transactions so fast. So, you look at even right here, you can look at Visa here is at 1,000. Okay. It's even faster than that. And as these companies start to grow and get more adoption with government adoption and things like that, you're going to see, Visa, MasterCard, all of them are going to be slowly transitioning into more energy efficient transactions, allowing it to be a lot more cheaper for them as well. Basically slow down the overall like carbon footprint, right, of what they're trying to do here. I'm going to do another quick breakdown here of what they're doing with Equity Labs. Like I said earlier, they are basically Equity Labs is verifiable compute, bringing trust to AI with Hedera. So basically, they're doing a ton of stuff with the new future of AI and their framework and the things that NVIDIA, Intel, and Equity Labs are working on currently. And they're using the Hedera network. So those companies are billions and billions of dollars. So if you look at everything that they've done, even just with these three partnerships alone and the new integration into AI, we all know that AI is going to be part of the future. And if Hedera is going to be one of those leaders in that, by people starting to use their, and some of the top leaders in potentially in AI in the future, using them to use their network. That shows a lot. It shows a big stamp of approval from these companies that they trust in Hedera itself. So another, not necessarily partnership, but someone who's on their governing council is going to be Mondelez. And if you go down, you can see basically what they are the snack company of the world in a sense, right? So they're international. They take over Oreos, Belvita, Philadelphia. They pretty much handle all of the major snacks around the world, worldwide. You can see here that they are huge. So just having them, they know how to market, they know what they're doing. They've been around for a really long time, and they've constantly been growing, and they're only going to help Hedera grow themselves, and who knows what kind of partnerships they may have later on in the future, maybe using Hedera network itself sometime down the road. So keep an eye out for that. They're definitely going to help them grow, being part of that governing council. So we're going to go ahead and jump into some of the charts here and a little bit of analysis on what Hedera has been doing. It came out in August of 2018 and went on the mainnet in 2019 in September. And you know, they started out around 9 cents here. You can see all the way back at when they first came out and launched. And it tapered down a little bit because in 2019, you know, crypto still is pretty new. The HBAR has just been continuously growing from day one. And even though they had a little bit of this downtrend here, you saw them kind of take off here in the last bull run, reaching an all-time high over here of 57 cents. So, you know, they have done a pretty good job of continuing to grow. They didn't let any of that stop them when the whole market dumped, which is pretty normal for a normal cycle. Everything went down, and now we're starting to trend back up here. Okay, so you saw recently went up to about 36 cents in January. And let's go ahead and look at, you know, the last month or so. It did have a downtrend looking at the past month or so because the whole market has had a downtrend. But if you look at even just about 6 months ago or so, this was little over 6 months or so. This was sitting around 5-6 cents. Now it's at 22 cents. So if you were buying back then in the downtrend, you're already up already from there. So even though you're seeing a downtrend here, you're still looking at a $922.65 million in 24-hour volume. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's almost $1 billion in 24 hours that's flowing through Hedera itself, HBAR itself. So, all right. So if you guys take a look at X here, you can see that they have 428.5 thousand followers. So this is huge. They have a massive following. They're always working here. You can see that they're constantly having meetings. They have what's called HederaCon. So they're constantly working with that. They do that every single year. And it's where everybody comes together. They start networking. They start talking about the new roadmap, the things that they're looking to do in the future. And it's honestly pretty cool. Here's a short look at their governing council here. You can see just a quick wheel of some of their governing council, and they're constantly doing stuff. They have a partnership with Karate Combat, and basically what that is it's similar to a UFC style fighting, and they're getting a lot more into AI, which is what Intel and NVIDIA and what they are in Equity Labs are working on with them. And that's something that's going to be huge in the future for Hedera. Okay, so let's take a look at an article here from Altcoin Buzz. And basically what recently happened, and this was on March 3rd, Swift adopts Hedera tech across 3 continents. Okay, so if you look at what they're doing, this is a game-changing move shared by Dylan Brady, the chief executive officer. Swift, if you guys don't know, Swift is basically the backbone of international banking. So they already manage over $150 trillion annually and over $400 billion per day. That is a lot of money. Okay, and basically they surpassed the combined GDP of most countries in the world. Okay, so that money alone is insane. So their decision to even partner with Hedera is basically their stamp of approval, right? So they are saying, hey, we trust Hedera, we trust what they're doing, we trust the network, and for that to be trusted by banks worldwide to manage that type of money, that is a very big deal and a huge step for Hedera itself. And it's only the beginning for them. They haven't even started implementing it. Doesn't mean they're taking over all of Swift, but they are working on transactions here in the future. You can see that they're going to start testing Hedera's technology through proof of concept trials, and that's going to be the beginning of that. And from my understanding, it looks like they're going to start doing that next year, so in 2026. And that will be a huge game changer for HBAR itself. And people already obviously know that this is happening. So you're going to start seeing surges in the price go up because this type of news is a huge deal for HBAR. And if this does work, and if they end up using HBAR as part of their financial transactions worldwide, they could end up taking a good chunk of Swift transactions or partnering with more banks around the world with multiple things, not even just currency, real estate, tons of other things that they could be partnering with here globally. And you'll see HBAR's price go crazy from there. So Dylan Brady, who's the chief executive officer from Tosho.io, basically says the exemplifies Hedera growing ecosystem. Web 3.0 platform on Hedera network. It's already leveraging the blockchain for decentralized finance solutions, which is basically a huge part of all finances, right? So if they start taking over the overall transactions and their network is being used globally through banks, that would be the next level it would probably put Hedera in the top 5 cryptos in the world. And that would be amazing to see all the hard work that they've put in to grow where they are to get to that point. Let's take a look at some price predictions for 2025, and let's break down what we think that the potentials are here for HBAR. Okay, so we're already sitting around 22 cents, a little almost 23 cents today. If you look at the last year, HBAR has pumped over 101%, and it's continuing to do so, basically following the trends of the market. And I think we can, on a base case, we can definitely see HBAR hitting around 57, 60 cents just on a base case. And that's if the market doesn't just take off. All right. This is if there's no additional news, which in my opinion, I don't think is going to happen. I think HBAR is actually going to be one of the top movers and top gainers in 2025. But as more news comes in and the more the market grows and the different government agencies, regulations, possibly creating tax-free capital gains on HBAR in the US. These are all things that I think could potentially push it even higher. So base case, I'm going to say 57 to 60 cents. On a very realistic case, I think we could easily see about $1.25 to $2 in 2025. I think that with everything that they're doing right now, the potential that they have, all the partnerships that they have, they're continuing to grow. They're still working. They're still putting in all the hard work that they've been pushing for their projects. And who knows with the potential future for AI with those other companies, Intel and NVIDIA, I think we can definitely see $1.25 to $2 in 2025. Now, if we're talking a very bullish case, the market just skyrockets and takes off, we could potentially see anywhere from $2.50 to even $5 based off of some of the previous analysts. Depending on who comes on as new governing council, we could see some really massive movements and big pushes in the market with HBAR itself. And I definitely think that is going to really be determined on what kind of regulations happen in the next year or so with HBAR itself. But 2025, I would say bullish, $2.50 to potentially even $5. So I definitely think it's going to be in the top 10 easily. It's already number 11 now. And as it grows, the more partnerships, we're going to see it push past that number 10 here, I think, in the next couple months. I definitely think we have a potential for some massive breakouts here with HBAR. And it's inevitable. It's getting ready to happen. The whole market's getting ready to move up and into the bull run. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. So I believe HBAR in 2025 has some massive potential. I definitely think that we could see some huge growth here. And, do your own research. Make sure that you're, educating yourself in this market. Make sure that you're taking profits on the way up. And make sure that you understand what it is that you're investing in. It's only going to make you more excited. Most of these projects, especially like HBAR, they are the future. They are the future of digital assets. And you're seeing that happening, more and more news about it every single day. And I'm excited about what the future holds, and I'm excited about HBAR itself. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification button so you don't miss any of my new upcoming videos. And let's grow together. Thanks.